Hi, I'm Tamar, and I'm here with my friend Maggie. Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Tamar.
Maggie's book, Scenes from a Marriage, is going to be released tomorrow. How are you feeling about that?
I am really excited. It's a lifelong dream of mine to be published, to have a book published, and on top of that, to be published with She Books, they're a new publishing company, and they're founded by all women.
Nice.
Who are all experienced authors and editors in the publishing world. And all of the authors in She Books are also women. And so they publish memoirs and journalism and fiction. And my book, Scenes from a Marriage, is a memoir. It's a memoir of my a short period of time of my husband and my marriage.
So what was going on at that point that you started writing?
Well, the memoir actually is just kind of trying to give like a look into, my husband has bipolar 2, and so the memoir is trying to give an intimate look into our marriage as to how that disease affects our marriage and our relationship, and kind of look at, a little bit of history about, of our history to kind of give an idea of how things were before he was sick and then how things have been since he got sick. So.
Yeah. Bipolar is kind of a rough thing to go through for a person, and for someone that you love to go through that. That's the hard end to be on too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, who do you think would, like, when you sort of were writing this, did you have anyone that you were envisioning kind of talking to?
That's an interesting question. Actually, I guess not specifically, but I did have an overall feeling that if I was writing to anybody, that maybe it would be writing towards people that were inside of a marriage and feeling, and not even necessarily dealing with bipolar or something specific, but just more the struggles and stresses of marriage and the inevitable surprises and disappointments and shocks that come along with, especially a longer-term marriage. My husband and I have been married 11 years now, and we have 4 kids. And so that alone is a lot, like happens. But then on top of that, whatever the other things come up personally between you and your spouse. So I guess I would be kind of writing towards a person that was thinking about those things or caught up in feeling those things, the surprise and shock or hurt and disappointment that can come along in a marriage.
Yeah. I think some of the, why I love reading is because you can sort of get into someone else's head and experience and know that you're not alone in your own experience.
Yeah.
So I think it sounds like anyone that's maybe struggling with relationship stuff could benefit from reading this and maybe connect with you on that level.
Yeah, and I think when I write, I'm really not, it's interesting you say this, because I'm really not, I think a lot of writing right now, especially like online writing that's coming out, tends to be kind of, almost have like a self-help feel to it, like it's supposed to be inspirational or it's supposed to guide you, and those things are amazing, and some people do them exceptionally well. I can think of a few people right now that I personally know, like Jennifer Pasteloff, has her website Manifestation, and she is amazing at telling stories that have an arc that kind of end up inspiring you or teaching you something. But I don't think of myself that way. I don't think of that I'm that type of writer. I'm more just setting out to, in my own, voice, what I hope is a unique voice that I'm able to express, just lay out what a situation is or what I'm trying to illuminate as it is, and kind of leave it on the page. And what the reader does with it is up to them, whether if they find it depressing, if they find it inspirational, if they, whatever they get out of it, that's what they get out of it. I don't really go into it with a specific intention.
Yeah, I don't think there's what you get from self-help when you're ready for that, but there's also just that, seeing someone, the connection of that experience. Was there anything that you didn't include in this book that you thought was maybe too personal? Or
there's everything I didn't include.
Oh, okay. Letter in, okay.
I did.
Sorry. Okay.
Actually, everything I included did not include. And actually, at one point, one of the editors, I think, mentioned that about this book was, well, do you want to, you're saying that you're going through this and your husband has bipolar, but maybe I'm not seeing enough concrete examples of what that looks like. And that's really true, because I'm very protective of my husband in that sense. Talking about something in a very general sense is one thing, but going into the like nitty gritty details of like someone else's behavior or what might happen, that's another thing. Hi, Caspian.
Hi, Caspian. Yeah. Hi. Off. Okay. So that actually brings up a question I wanted to ask you is, so you're a mom and you're working. How do you find time to write?
Well, when I was, I've had different, portions of my life, like most women who are mothers, like times when I was working, times when I was working part-time, times when I was working full-time. So obviously it's easier when I'm not working to find time to write. But otherwise, we just kind of come up with like a schedule where, my husband gets home from work. He has some time to himself, and then maybe I write a little, and then we all have dinner together, get the kids all ready for bed, and then I put the kids to bed, and then maybe I write for like a couple of hours. And to be honest with you, I mean, a lot of it is just like lack of sleep. You just, which I know you're not supposed to do, but it's like, if you have a goal in your life that's extremely precious and important to you, then sometimes there just aren't enough hours in the day. So yeah, so I mean, I definitely have written into 2 a.m. quite a few times. Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited and I'm so proud of you. So tell us how we can get your book.
Okay, well, if you go to shebooks.net, so it's going to be now. Originally, when it launched, it was kind of a buy the book individually. But now there's the subscription service. So it's kind of like a Netflix type situation where you pay X amount of money. Like I know they're having like an early bird special right now where like you can get 3 months for $20. And so you just pay a monthly subscription to have access to all of the books. And all of the books that SheBooks have are original. They are not bringing in a library from already published books. They're actually, bringing in authors and publishing their work that you can't get elsewhere. Yeah. So, and you, like I said before, you can get journalism. There's an amazing book out right now where this woman did some interviews with William Gacy, who's a notorious murderer. Or you can get, memoir like mine, or you can get fiction from serious fiction to like lighthearted, ridiculous to fiction to like, I know there's some kind of like Twilight type thing that somebody wrote I haven't read that one yet. So yeah, it's really simple. You just go to shebooks.net and you can sign on and you can look through the library, the catalog, and then you can read them on anything. You can, if you don't have a Kindle or something, you can just download an app for free and read them on your computer.
So I would go sign up for SheBooks at shebooks.net, and then I would find Scenes from a Marriage by Maggie Ethridge.
Right.
And click on that, and then I could just download it and read it on my Kindle or on my computer.
The website is really beautifully laid out, and it's very, very easy to navigate. It's very simple and very obvious what you should do. So yeah.
And how's your novel coming? So you have another book that you're working on right now?
Yes. Actually, it's called Agitate My Heart, and I've been working on it forever. And mainly because I keep having kids, so it keeps getting put to the side. Otherwise, I would be done by now. But yeah, it's about 80% done, and I'm really excited to finish it. I really love it very much. It's very dear to my heart. I've been working on it a long time. So at some point here in the next, I expect to be actually finished with it in the next year.
Okay, so I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I love you. I'm so excited. I hope everyone goes and downloads your book, and I can't wait to read it. I know I will.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.